lovely people, Nina here. So today I decided that I was going to talk about my fall to be read list and just talk about all the books that I got through this fall. Technically, autumn doesn't end until like the 21st or something of December. I don't remember the exact date, but it doesn't end until like mid of December. But I feel like I need to move into more like winter-esque reads, and so I'm going to talk about everything that I read this fall. Some that were on my to be read list and others that weren't on the list, but I ended up reading this fall anyways. So without further ado, I'm going to start off with poetry. I have 4 books of poetry, one that I didn't get through, and then 3 that I got through. So the first one I don't have with me because I got it from the library, but I'll put it here. It was The Hill We Climb, and I remember listening to this by Amanda Gorman on Inauguration Day, and I loved it, and I thought it was really beautiful, and I hadn't listened to it or read it since, so I went back to it because election season, and I just loved it. It made me really sad considering what we're going into, but it's very beautiful, it's very well done. So I went and read / listened to The Hill We Climb, and I love it. I would recommend revisiting it if you haven't. The next one I went to was When We Were Young. I've talked about this on here before, but it's A.A. Milne, and it's a book of like children's poetry, and it's just super cute. It reminds me of like Shel Silverstein-esque. It's just a bunch of like cute, silly children's poems, and I love it. I love Winnie the Pooh, and his poems and writing are so cute. I loved this. Very cute. The next one I got through was Time is a Mother. This was so beautiful and so sad, and it's about his mom and his life and COVID and the tragedy that he like went through and endured. His writing, Ocean Vuong's writing, is so beautiful. I love this. His writing always makes me cry. This was no exception, but it's very beautiful. I would highly, highly recommend. That was this one. And then this is The World Keeps Ending and The World Goes On, which I started and I haven't finished yet. I'm going to continue to read this. We'll move it into winter. It's very good so far. I'm not super duper far into it, but I'm a good way. I love this so far, but I need to continue to read it. My winter to be read. So that's this one. Moving on from poetry, I'm going to go into graphic novel, which I've been loving. I feel like if you're in a reading slump, graphic novels are the way to go. They always tend to like pull me out, just because it's like visual as it's visual as well as reading. So yeah, graphic novels I feel like are just the way to go. So these are what I have. This one, I'm gonna start with this one. I've been talking about this. I'm still getting through it. It is 1984, and I was not prepared for how much of a read this was going to be in 2024. Oh, it's a lot. It's a little bit too close to home right now, but I love this. This is like one of the coolest graphic novels I've read. It's very detailed. It's very it's like that. I don't know. It's the actual like book, which is dumb because obviously, it's a graphic novel, but like I don't know. It's just the way it's written and drawn, and the color choices. It's all in gray and black and red and like whites, and it's very like grim and depressing as 1984 is. I really love this. I would highly, highly recommend. This is what I'm currently reading. I will finish this and bring it into my winter to be reads, but as of right now, it's taking me a minute because, again, 1984 and 2024 is, if you've read it before, it's a beast. These are the ones I finished. Anne of Green Gables, the story of Anne of Green Gables, so cute. Anne Shirley Cuthbert. gets adopted by the Cuthbert family, and basically it gets into mischief and just has a really big personality. I loved this book when I was a kid. The graphic novel is so cute. It's just adorable. A really good read. The next one I read was Thoreau at Walden. Again, I've never read Walden. I have it now. I got a copy from my mom that she lent me, so I have to read it. But I read the graphic novel, and again, it's just really cute. It's not all of Walden, it's just like snippets from his book, and then in graphic novel form. It's really cute. Again, would recommend. That was this one. And then I read Pumpkinheads, which I loved. This is by Faith Erin Hicks and Rainbow Rowell? I don't think that's how you say that. This is very cute, about two friends who work in a pumpkin patch and are on like a little mission. Again, adorable. I love this. Very autumn, very Halloween, very fall-esque. So next autumn, if you want to read this, I would suggest it. I'll probably read it again just because it was really cute. And then the last set of my books that I got through and then didn't get through, there's two that I didn't get to, and then the rest that I read. So I'll do didn't get to. Six of Crows. This has been in my to-be read list. I do not know why I didn't get around to it. Probably just because I picked up other books instead. I'm going to move this into winter. I need to read this. Everyone has said it's very good. My sister this is her copy. She's been begging me to read this, so I need to read it. Six of Crows. Didn't get around to it. I'll move it into winter. And then the last one I didn't get around to was All We Can Save, which is a book about climate change and what we can do about the environment. I read a lot of books about climate change and like politics, so this was kind of put on the back burner just because I was like, I need a break. I need to read a romance novel. I need to read something a little bit lighter, my graphic novels, but I might move this into winter. I'll see how I'm feeling. I feel like I need a little bit of break from me reading about climate change, but I'll see. I might move this into winter. So that's this one. It's supposed to be really good, so I do really want to read it. I'll just see what I'm in the mood for. It really depends. Speaking of climate change, I read two books, one by Greta Thunberg, one inspired by Greta Thunberg. This one is by Valentina Gianella, something like that, about Greta Thunberg's, like, kind of her back history and what we can do about climate change. This is really cool. I don't know if it's a necessary purchase. I got it as a gift. If you want to gift it to someone, it's kind of a fun one to have. It's basically breaks down the basics of climate change and the science of it in simple, like, easy to understand pieces. That's this. This is Greta Thunberg, No One Is Too Small to Make a Difference, and this is by Greta. It's her actual speeches that she's given over the past years, and I loved this. Again, if you want to listen to these, you can check this out from your library if you would like, or listen to the audiobook. The audiobook has there's an updated version of this with other speeches of hers. I have an older version, but I really liked this, and like being able to actually read her speeches is really cool. So that's this. Again, climate change. Love that, especially with what we're going into. And then moving on from that, I read The Dead Romantics, which I absolutely loved. This is Ashley Poston. I went through two Ashley Poston books. Poston, I'm not sure. Again, recommended by my sister, my younger sister. And this one, I wasn't sure about her books, but this one was so good. And I started with A Novel Love Story and then went to this one, And I was like, this one is about her falling in love with a ghost and like being able to talk to ghosts. So it gave me very much fall energy. And that was this one. I loved this. It's so cute. It's a little bit of a lighter read than some of the other ones I read, so there's that one. A novel love story, another Ashley Poston book. Very cute, about a girl who gets stuck in her book town and has to figure out why she's there, what's happening with the plot of the book, a whole thing. Again, a love story. She falls in love with one of the bookstore workers there. It's so cute. Again, a light read. I really liked this. Both of these. I like Dead Romantics more than a novel love story, but I liked them both.
Editing Nina here. I realized that I forgot to mention Water for Elephants, which is one of my favorite books that I read this fall. I just don't have it with me because I put it in the little library. But yeah, I read Water for Elephants and I absolutely loved it, and it was so good. And I put it in the little library for someone else to also enjoy. And so my mind like completely blanked, but I was sitting here like, there was a book that I read that I didn't mention. Yeah, Water for Elephants, which was so good. And they made it into a play on Broadway, and you should definitely read it. So Water for Elephants, I also read this fall, and it was so cute, so good. I loved it. It made me cry.
And then the last two books that I have. One is my current read, and then the one I just finished. The one I just finished was Democracy in Chains. Oh, this made me want to like throw it at a wall. It made me so angry. I was like, why did I read this in 2024 going into 2025, the election season? This essentially wraps up to Eat the Rich. Like, it made me so irate. It's research on how we got to the current election cycle that we're in and the current people that are going to be in office. Basically how money is running the right-wing politics and how we got to the awful idea of libertarianism and how disgusting it is, and the Koch brothers are pure evil and the Koch family is evil, and that's this. It's money in politics and how evil people are in politics. It made me like all the way back, not even like obviously current, but like back far in history and how we got there. It's a really good read, and I would recommend it. Take it slowly, because reading it with the current state that we're in was a lot. It made me so angry, but like it's a good read, like a must read. Yeah, I told my mom about this and she was like, that sounds really good. I might need a minute because of the current state of our democracy. I was like, fair, but I would really recommend this. It's really well done. The research in it is amazing. It'll make you want to scream, cry. Because it made me want to yell. Yeah, I've literally finished this like yesterday. Amazing, but ooh. And then my current read, like 360, completely different. We have Moomin Valley in November. This is Tuve Johansson, who is a Finnish author. The Moomins are Finnish. I love Moomin. It's so cute. This is a children's book, like maybe elementary school to like early middle grade. It doesn't matter. It's so cute because the Moomin stories are just, it's just like happiness and joy and everything that this made me want to scream, cry. This just makes me like smile. It's so cute. If you have kids, this would be a wonderful one to read to them, or get for them. And if you're like me and you just think the Moomins are cute, this is a wonderful one to read. It has little like I'll show you her like little graphics in it as well, because it is like a younger book. So her comics are in it as well. So it's just cute, and it's a story about all the different Moomin characters and basically getting ready for winter and Moomin Valley in November, and how they're preparing for autumn is ending and they're preparing for winter. So technically I was going to read this in November, but now it's crossed over into December. But I think that's okay because of it. They're talking about getting ready for winter. So I'm going to finish this up this weekend. And I'll let you know. It's so cute so far. I love this. So that is that. So that is my autumn fall to be read list that I got through / didn't quite get through. I'll move in to December and the rest of January. If you have suggestions, I do not know what I want on my winter to be read list. I have like a general idea. Wait, I'll show you. This one is They Both Die at the End. Right, great. Nice, happy, light novel. But I really have wanted to read this. And so I feel like I might put this in my winter to be read. I also kind of want to read like Christmassy-esque books. So my sister said she was going to give me recommendations, but she was like, you need to read something a little lighter that's not about politics and climate change, because it's been a lot. And I was like, fair. So I might read this one. I heard it's really sad. I'm finishing this. If you have suggestions for me, I would absolutely love that. Put them down below in the comments, because I do not know what I want to read this winter. My mind is like blank. It'll probably, like with this too, I'll probably like change it a bunch and add a few and so on, but we'll see. So if you have suggestions for me, leave them down in the comments below, because I would love that. I need to know what to read. I think that is it for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and let me know down below. I love you all, and I will see you next week with a brand new video. Bye!